Hi guys! So, I got a box sent from Clari over from Clari's Creations, and we're gonna see what she sent me. So this is for the Swap It Bop It, and holy moly is it heavy. So let's see what she surprised me with. So no, I have not looked in here. Ryan started opening it and I told him to leave it alone because I have to film it. So I have not looked in here. He just took the wrapping paper off of it because she had it wrapped and opened the one flap. So I'm gonna finish opening it. I don't know what happened to my scissors out in the living room, otherwise that's probably where that would have came from. Anyway, we are gonna get into it. And since she said that we could probably do more than we can show more items this time because there's only 4 of us. So we're gonna get into showing everything. So this is item number 2. It's right here on top. So we're just gonna grab this out. And it takes up the majority of it. Holy cow, these are beautiful. I know she said she had these on hand. She even says, no, I didn't spend over $100 on these. I know she didn't. She got these actually in a $10, one of those, this is from last year actually, because I remember her showing these off to me. But these are actually in one of those bundle packs from Hobby Lobby, or not from Hobby Lobby, from Michael's. They sell them like $10 for the whole box or whatever, and it's like a surprise box or whatever. These are gorgeous though. Thank you. I'm actually excited to use these. These are really pretty. I like the pink ones. And I love those little flowers right there. Thank you, Clari. Yes, I do remember those are from last year. I do remember that. Oh, she got me a strawberry pen. I just saw that. Thank you so much, dear. I love my strawberry stuff. Oh, here's a card. Tiffany, I want you to know that I am always so happy and grateful to have such a special friend like you. Aw, dear, you're sweet. You love me like I know I love you too, dearie. I do. I mean, I don't want to read the full thing out loud just because it's kind of more special between the two of us, but I do. I know you. You know I love you. Let's go try to find these items. Item number 1. I see a bunch of other stuff in here and I don't want to look too far into it right now. I'm going to get into it, but I want to find these must-use items. I think this box got flipped upside down when they were shipping it because not everything was on top like it was supposed to be. So that is not her fault. That's post office. What do I do with my scissors? So yeah, everything kind of got scattered all over the place, I think. So this is item number 1. Item number 1 was white fabric. So I got red and white fabric. So I got red fabric. And this is kind of like white felt. So that'll work. Thank you, dear. So that was item number 1. And then item number 2 we already did. Item number 3. Here's item number 3. Here's item number 4. I'll open that up here. Yeah, everything's just kind of gotten scattered all over the place. Item number 4 was sand. So she got me some sand. So there's some sand. Item number, here it is. Item number 3. She's making me cut into everything because she used ribbon for it all. Ooh, we got some red sunglasses. Item number 3 is sunglasses. So, okay, so item number 4 we already did, right? So item number 5, challenge item. Item, choose 2 to use. So I have to choose 2 of these to use. All right. Oh, okay, it's just paper. Oh, geez, you were really easy on me, girl. Alright, so... Oh, girl, you sent me some really pretty paper. So we got some stripes. And then some really pretty green. I love that color. I love that. That's probably my favorite so far. And we got, oh, I like those ones too. I like that one too. That one right there. It's really pretty. Oh, and then cardinals, girl. I'm obsessed with cardinals. Girl. You, no. Oh my goodness. I am loving all this paper. I ain't gonna be able to show you all of this because this is gonna be like forever long. She got me a bunch of, oh my gosh. That one is pretty. Look at all of the ornaments, the old ornaments. Oh. There's a bunch of cardinals in here, a bunch of plaid, like red and green plaid. There's that one. That one's really cool. And then we got a bunch of cardinals and pine cones and berries. Girl. You realize it's going to be hard for me to choose 2 of those? Alright, so now we're just getting into some goodies. Oh, yummy. Okay, cran apple. She got me some cran apple juice. That's probably why this box is so dang heavy, girl. The heck? That is a lie. Hey, babe. Yeah. She brought you something, Nami. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Okay. You better come look. That's a lie. Life is not sweeter with that. That's disgusting. I'm going to show it on camera because he isn't going to be able to see it. You guys aren't going to be able to see his reaction because I'm not going to move the camera.
Ooh, Ryan! Life is sweeter with black licorice and awesome friends. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, hug, huggity, pug.
Hope you guys can hear him.
Pug. Ooh, thank you.
Aw, she got one for Biscuit. So if you guys don't know, okay, that's my sweet puppy. If you guys don't know, Biscuit loves popcorn. Absolutely loves popcorn. So she got Biscuit some popcorn. Looks like it got a little smooshed. Not horrible bad. That is so cute. I could never forget my favorite pupper Biscuit. Oh, I love these little cards that you made. That looks just like her. That is awesome. Thank you, Clari. I'm running out of room on my desk. And then she got me some honey nut trail mix. That looks delicious. I love cashews and almonds and all that. That looks delicious. I can't wait to dip into that. Oh, roasted hazelnut milk chocolate. That looks fantastic. That looks absolutely delicious. Thank you, dear. Ooh, she got me some pretty lace. These aren't even included in the must-use items, so I get to cherish these and use them where I want them. So that's nice of her. That one too. Ooh, that's really pretty. Look at that. That's really pretty lace. And you are a turd. You just bought this fabric. And you're giving me some? You're a turd. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. You are a turd. I got a couple more crayon apple. You sent me 4 of those dang things. Now I know why this dang box was so dang heavy. And chocolate chip cookies. Girl, you're gonna make me fatter than I already am. And a Snickers bar. Can't go wrong with a Snickers. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you so much, Clari. Thank you for all the goodies. I appreciate you. And let's get on to the crafts. It's going to be days for me, seconds for you. Let's go. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another Swap It, Bop It, where we swap our boxes and bop it. So it is hosted by Clari, and she sent her box to me. I sent my box to Jessica over at Busy Housewife, and then Jessica sent hers over to Cynde from Z9 Designs. We're doing Christmas in July this month, and we're gonna get right into it, guys. Project number 1. So, one of our must-use items, and something that you saw that I got from Clari in my box, was this kind of felt fabric. We could either send fabric or fabric or some kind of ribbon or something along those lines. She actually sent me this and some red fabric that you can get from Dollar Tree. Since I had to use this, I am actually taking my vintage photo and I'm actually darkening this up a little bit to make it almost like a little bit of skin color to try to make it look like a person, like he would be baking in the sun. We're gonna try to make a gnome. This isn't usually, I'm not usually the best at making these out of scratch. I can. Sometimes it can get a little wonky. And that's the only reason why I say I'm gonna try, and I'm not always the best at it. Sometimes it turns out great, and sometimes it just turns out a little wonky. But not everybody's built the same, right? So I'm gonna also grab some of this fabric here and cut off a couple of strips, and we're going to kind of fold it in on itself like I'm showing right here. Now I'm going to do this for both of them. I do not think I show both, but if I do, I apologize. We're going to use these for his legs and arms. They are quite skinny, but we're going with it here. I am also going to darken these up with our vintage photo because, you know, his arm's going to look, you know, the same. I'm also going to grab this red fabric as well, and we're going to make some little shorts for him. So I'm going to wrap it around here to make sure that I got his length good, since I already got his body pretty much made. And I'm going to cut off a little bit, little chunk off right here. And then I'm going to give him kind of a, you know, a decent looking, somewhat of a line, you know, that looks like a for the top of the shorts, I guess, solid, good line. And then we're gonna glue down on the back. Make sure you give yourself a little bit of excess in the bottom, because you're gonna want them to hang over a little bit. I do glue down a strip in the bottom, which I probably should have waited to do that, because where I'm cutting right now, because you need a little V at the bottom, is right where that hot glue is. So it was a little tough to cut now, so I should have waited to do that. So again, a little kitty wampus. So now I'm actually going to glue this little pant leg closed, and here are our little booty shirts. So now we're going to fill our little gnome up with our rice. And I'm going to fill up the top of him with some polyfill. And we're going to tie him off like I normally do with the rubber bands and the jute twine. None of that will be seen, so it ain't going to matter too much. He does have a hard time standing up. So it's one of the reasons why, or sitting up, that's one of the reasons why I said sometimes they get a little kitty wampus. It's just because the bottom is kind of done funky. Anyway, I'm going to take these skinny little legs and arms, and I'm going to stuff them. This one I decided I'm going to just ended up cutting in half, because this is going to be his legs. And then I'm going to stuff the other end. So I stuffed one end, and then I'm going to stuff the other end here, just to make sure that they're all pretty thick and accurate for what you would want a leg for, even though they're pretty skinny compared to his chubby body. Now I'm going to put a little hot glue down on this, and I'm going to glue that to his inside his little pant leg here. I'm going to do the same for this one here. It's the first time I don't make too many with legs, so you have to give me some grace here. With his arms here, I kind of waited to stuff, and I'm just going to glue these right down like this. I'm going to just put a little hot glue and just glue, because you're not going to see any of that. That's going to be hidden by the hat. He is going to wear a little stocking hat because It's Santa, so he's gonna have to have his little hat on. I mean, come on. So now I wanted to make some kind of little shoes. I didn't want them really thick or nothing, kind of just like a little sandal. So I found some little cardstock, and I'm just basically I traced a template, cut out one, and then I'm gonna trace it like 4 times. I think it's 4. Yeah, and then I'm gonna cut all those out. Now 2 of these I'm gonna glue together because I wanted them to be thicker for the bottom. So I'm gonna glue those 2 together, and then I'm gonna glue these 2 together. I'm gonna cover up some of that writing because I don't want none of that. And then the other 2 that I end up cutting out, I'm gonna just put a little dab of glue all around the edge, and I'm gonna fold the edges in and glue it down on those edges, just to kind of give it a little what's the word I'm looking for? A little cuff area for me to tuck his little leg into, so it looks like his foot is in that the little cuff area. So we got his little slippers on his feet, just like that. Now we're gonna stuff his arms here, get them all ready, and then I'm gonna show you a little bit of how to cut these beards. So I actually flip these around. I cut it from the outside, or from the back side, instead of the front, because it's easier when you're using this X-Acto knife, so you don't cut the fur itself, because then it just makes a mess. If you wanted to try to part it and cut it that way with like a scissors or something, I've seen other people do that. This is just easier for me. And we're gonna cut, I got this little beard cut out here now, and we're gonna glue this right down to his little chest. Now, I think I'm trying to find a hat and maybe a little nose. I think it's his hat. Yeah, there's his little hat. So I end up pulling out a red sock. His arms did get a little short. I'm gonna glue down the back of the hat here. I did end up cutting it off already. And we're gonna kind of push up the rim of his hat here. Find a little bead for his nose. And then put a little dab of glue, and then push his rim down on his hat. Stuff his hat just a little bit. You don't want it too bulky, because his hat's kind of short. And we're just gonna put a little bit of rubber bands on there, and then I do tie this off with some baker's twine because it's red and white. Now I'm going to grab out a couple of little wooden balls, and we're going to use those as his hands. Now, one of the other must-use items was sunglasses in our mystery box here. And, Santa has pretty pale skin because he's up in the North Pole, so he needs his protection, so he needs to wear his sunglasses. So I just popped off the rim, or the bows, and we're going to glue that right down to his little nose here, so he has his little sunglasses. Now, I wanted to make some kind of like inner tube to make it look like he is floating in the water. So I grabbed a just a used up tube for like one of my old ribbons that I had, and I'm gonna kind of glue some of this polyfill around it, as you see me doing here. And then I'm gonna grab out some more of this red fabric that Clari sent me, and I'm just gonna cut this into strips. Once that's all done, I'm going to glue down a little bit, and we're going to wrap all the way around our little inner tube to make it look all filled in and kind of like fluffy in a way. Fluffy isn't exactly the word I would have been using, but, you know, legit, I guess. As legit as I'm going to be able to get with a craft. And to give it a little bit more of a decoration, instead of just a pure red, I grabbed some of the ribbon that she sent me as well. This is also something that we were supposed to use. This is also a challenge item. And I'm just wrapping this around in like 4 different spots. So I wrap it around and I cut it off. And then I wrap it around and cut it off. And we're just going to glue this down in like certain areas just to kind of give it like that inner tube look, I guess. Just like that. Now we're gonna sit little Santa inside of our inner tube. Now you can definitely tell he's some chubs because he had a hard time fitting in this. I had to push him pretty tight in there. He ain't coming out. So it worked out good. So I got these actually off of Whatnot. From a dear friend of mine. And I glued one of those down to his little hand. Because now he's just chilling in the lake. And now we're on to DIY number 2, or project number 2. So, my challenge item was to use paper. She sent me paper, which I'm fine with. But she was also a pain and said I had to use 2 different kinds, or two different pieces of paper. So I was like, okay, well, without using this for my junk journaling, what am I going to do craft-wise? So I was like, how cute would it be to like decorate one of these little birdhouses with this? So this is actually a very rough cut, guys. I actually end up, this one that I'm doing right now, I ended up cutting too short and kind of messing it up after I get this down. You see that I kind of mess up that little perch there and everything like that. I actually make this as a template after I get this all cut because I cut the bottom too short. I mess up the hole there, everything like that. So I'm going to I take it off and I'm actually going to trace it and use it as a template. I'm actually showing you the back one right now. This is my new one. And I actually make that makes it a lot better. So that's actually my new one. So I used my old one as a template to make that one better. So then I used that one as the one for the back, if that makes any sense at all. So we're going to basically glue down our little pieces now for our house and fill it all in with this green, beautiful green and white paper. Just like that. Now I actually will come back later after this is completely dry, and I make sure that it's completely dry, and I will cut out the hole for the bird. Right now we're going to glue down the front and the back, and then I'm going to go and do the sides of this cute little birdhouse. Oh, I do sand off the excess of the edges too before I move on to that. I forgot to add that part. So here I'm kind of just showing you that I do go around and sand off the edges. I'm actually using a nail file. A cute little hack if you guys didn't know about the nail files. You can get those cheap at Dollar Tree, and you get like a ton of them in a pack. So here I'm just going to cut a strip. And the nice part about these ones is that I can fold this down at the very bottom. But even if it would get a little short, if I'd cut it a little too short, you ain't going to see it completely because it's going to be underneath that rooftop. And even if it is a little too short or a little kitty wampus, you ain't gonna be able to see it completely underneath that rooftop. Unless you are like really deep diving into my birdhouse. Which, I mean, let's be honest. Who's gonna take the time? And if you are taking the time, quit being some nosy. Anyway, so I liked that idea. I liked having that as a little security thing. So here we're just going around and we're just basically doing the same thing. I skipped ahead because once you do it to one side, you don't need to see me do it to the other. So here I picked out this paper since Clari wanted me to do 2 pieces. I picked out this paper with I think it's like the oh my gosh, now I'm drawing a blank. I had it in the tip of my tongue and now it just left me. The mistletoes. There we go. And I'm kind of cutting this off. This isn't the best idea here. Just letting you know that. To use the X-Acto knife because I ended up cutting the crud out of that paper. So here we're going around again with the sanding. And I do both sides. Now we need to use our sand. Our sand is the next thing that we haven't used. So I am putting a little sand in a little cup here and some white paint from Apple Barrel. And I'm just giving it a little stir. I do add some more in here because it gets really dry. But anyway, and now we're just going to basically just scoop it on there. So I'm basically just going for the very, very top of this. You could go a little bit more, but I did want to leave a lot of the decorative beauty of the paper. But you could have went a little bit onto the paper and onto the other edges of the birdhouses and stuff like that. But I just basically did the very top of this little birdhouse, and then I actually am going to go all the way around the very bottom of this birdhouse to make like snow piles. Like the little edges are covered in snow. It's actually a perfect texture. It does really look like snow. And some of it actually started to drip down. So here's our fifth element, I think it was the fifth one, that we needed to use was flowers. Now I started pulling them off this little stem here, and then after I pulled them off, I'm like, I actually like the stem. It'd be cute, because twigs and birdhouse, what the heck. So then I put the flowers back on it after I glued it down to the side of the birdhouse. And I liked these little brown and kind of cream colored ones. So I just kind of added those to the side of it. And then I'm going to add the little white one down here at the very bottom so you can't see the end of the twig from the front, basically. And that's what it looks like, guys. So then I decided, after the fact of me getting all of this, is that maybe I should have went around the edge of the trim, and then maybe I should have painted the perch. So now I'm just basically going around and doing that with, this is called Coffee Bean by Apple Barrel. So now I'm just trying not to touch anything that's wet, because my white paint and stuff is still a little damp. I did try to dry it with my heat gun, but it just, some of it's just going to be a little wet yet. So final reveal, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed little Santa sitting and on his little Stanley there, and sitting in his little I guess his inner tube isn't fat, but he's a little chubby. Sitting in his little inner tube, and our scrap paper covered birdhouse. Make sure you guys go check everybody out. Remember, I sent my box over to Jessica over at the Busy Housewife. So let's see what she does with her mystery box items. So stay on the playlist, guys. Stay on the little train here that we got going. And let's see what she all created, guys. And then let's see what everybody else does. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of it, and I will see you guys in the next video. God bless you all. Bye.